Hello everyone, welcome to the course on antimicrobial resistance theory and methods. We would really thank that you are enrolling for this course, or maybe you're just thinking of enrolling still. But we have this welcome video as an introduction to the course. It's not a real video lecture, and it is meant to tell you much more about what you expect in this course. So first of all, I would like to introduce to me, for example. I'm Lina Cavaco. I'm a senior researcher at the Research Group for Genomic Epidemiology at the National Food Institute, which is located at the Technical University of Denmark. And I have been working on antimicrobial resistance for about 10 years, and I do some research and teaching in this area. About other teaching staff involved in this course, you will also have some presentations that are going to be presented by Shini. Renee, Valeria, and Susanna have also helped in providing materials for this course and providing slides that I'm using in the lectures. They are also colleagues working in research in this area of antimicrobial resistance. And if you're curious to know about what we normally do in our research laboratory, we do definitely research on predicting and preventing infectious diseases, and including antimicrobial resistance, of course. And we do a lot of work on supporting global surveillance, so establishing monitoring and surveillance in different countries in the world. As part of this work, we are also a reference laboratory for antimicrobial resistance in the EU, for the EU Commission, and we are the collaborating center for antimicrobial resistance in the World Health Organization. And therefore, we do a lot of work with the countries to provide them with the methods and the teaching and training of resistance testing methods and finding out ways to get comparable results between countries. We also do other teaching. We do teaching at the Technical University of Denmark and training courses all over the world, basically. So, in regards to the course, I'm sure you are curious to know what you will expect in the course. There will be 6 modules that will guide you through, starting with antimicrobials and antimicrobial action, how drugs will affect bacteria, and then we'll go into the bacteria and how they develop resistance and how you do the tests. And we'll look also into the quality of those tests, how to do them well. And finally, we'll have a module on looking directly at the genomes and finding the resistance mechanisms instead of doing the susceptibility tests. So for these 6 modules, you will have a number of videos on each one of the modules. And inside these videos, to keep you awake, to keep you on your feet, we have some in-video quizzes that you will take in the middle of the videos. And in the final end of the modules, you will have quizzes that will be graded as part of your final grade. So you'll have 6 quizzes to put together on your final grade. So as part of what you expected to learn in this course, well, here you can see on the left side what the learning objectives on a pedagogic language would look like, but I'll make a translation for you. So as a first part of the learning objectives, we would think that you'll learn things about what are the drugs, what are the antimicrobials. So these antibiotics that you take and that would expect to kill or inhibit bacteria, how do they act? And you'll hear a lot about which groups and how they act on bacteria. Then we have the bacterial side, because they would normally be killed or inhibited, but sometimes they develop resistance. So they get these special superpowers where they can actually resist to the antimicrobials. And that's quite interesting. And we are going to focus on how they manage to do that, how they manage to be a step ahead of the pharmaceutical industry and go and get resistance against antimicrobials. And in that way, they become the superbugs that you learn sometimes in the news. And we will also get a little bit into how they become these superbugs and how they manage to spread around in the environment and in animals and in humans. So with all this, we hope that as part of this learning, you will get to understand a lot more of the scary things that are put on the newspapers or on the TV news about antimicrobial resistance showing up in an unknown a bacteria that has an unknown resistance mechanism in a far country. How will that affect me? That is something that you might learn, for example, taking the recent news in last November 2015, that there was this new resistance coming up for colistin in China. And every newspaper in the world was talking about it, but they were not really translating how does that affect me. So having this course, you might have a little bit more of an idea of what it really means to you in the end. So going a little bit ahead on what you also expected to learn in this course, you'll learn a lot about testing. And this is regarding the methods that can be used. You will get presented the methods. We are going to explain what they are, how they are done, how you would go about them, and what you get out of them. What is the difference, so that you can make a choice in case you need to make a choice and choosing a method for a different purpose. And how, in the end, you also make sense of the results, because then we have a module on interpretation of the results. Depending on the method you get, you will get results, and you need to make sure that your results are interpreted in the best way so that you can use them in different settings. So as part of this getting the results well and getting the results to be interpreted, you also need to make sure that they are really right. And that's all about quality management and quality assurance. And we'll have a few lectures on that, looking at what is it that you can do in your laboratory to make sure that the results you get can be compared with the results in other parts of the world, and that they are right, and nobody can tell you that they are not so right. So that is about the testing in phenotypes in the laboratory. But then we have another last module where we turn the things around. So nowadays we have whole genome sequencing of bacteria. Why not look directly into the DNA sequences and look for the resistance mechanism? Well, that can also be done. So in this course, you also get an introduction to some very easy tools on how to look into the genomes and find these resistance mechanisms. And on finding them, then you are almost sure that the resistance is there and that they are what you aim to look at. We are not only going to present you a tool on resistance, we are also going to present you another tool where you can play with and put your own genes of interest. And I think that is very interesting for many researchers around the world. And these videos are quite demonstrative so that you can do it yourself when you are ready with this course. So for learning objectives of this course, that is mostly it. But then we have other information that might be interesting for you. If you are still in doubt if you choose this course or not, we would like to tell you, well, that of course it is a microbiology-oriented course, and knowing some basics about microbiology might be an advantage, but it's actually not needed as much, because we are going to put the language so that anyone can understand. Also regarding how the things are going, well, we are going to do video lectures, and most of the materials are there. If we need to provide you with something else, we will give you some links and extra material, but you will not need a course book or such a purchase for this course. So you can go along without buying any materials. Also, well, regarding the experience that you have in the course, it's quite important that you feel like you have somebody to talk to. And I would really recommend that people going on our courses go on the discussion forums, present yourself, start asking questions, so that it is a lively environment to exchange ideas and comments and information. Well, Finally, on behalf of the course team, we would really welcome you, and we hope you really enjoyed this course and that you feel that you learned from it. Thank you very much.